Good morning to everybody out there in Warringah Park and on the live stream. Welcome to day 4. It's finals day today for the Warringah Park Gold Buckle Camp Draft Championship. This morning we are proud to present a new event on our program. It is the Terry Snow Memorial Restricted Open. This event is a tribute to Terry Snow AM, the founder of Warringah Park and a passionate supporter of camp drafting. Terry loved the sport, not just for the competition, but for the sense of connection it fostered between people, horses and community. He championed its future and worked to create a place where it could be celebrated and shared. The Restricted Open will serve as a premier competition, showcasing top-tier horses that have previously won open drafts, embodying Terry's values of excellence and opportunity. The Restricted Open will showcase elite horses that have previously claimed victory in open drafts, truly the best of the best. The winner of the Restricted Open will receive a handcrafted bronze sculpture by Queensland artist Jay Hall, whose bush bronzes are known for capturing the heart of rural life. The trophy is a meaningful reflection of the values Terry held dear: authenticity, skill and a deep respect for the land and the people who work it.
Thank you, Karen. And I think we're just about ready to get underway. Just give us a wave, judges, if you are ready to give your instructions. Great. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Competitors, first of all, on behalf of Shane and I, would like to thank the Warringah Committee for asking us down here to do this prestige inaugural event. For all the competitors, it will be the same, be a left-hand course, 40 seconds, 9 to 7. We will change every 25, so 25, 51 to the end. It is a one round. And, NCCA rules, and all the best. Thank you.
I'd just like to thank the committee for asking us to do this memorial for Terry Snow. I think it's a great event which will carry on for a long time. Best of luck, competitors. Have a good day.
Okay, we just need someone else on the face of the camp. Thank you. Okay, Judge has cracked his whip and we are underway with the Terry Snow Memorial Restricted Open. First competitor in is Montana Chamberlain with Amafi. Standing by number 2, Mark Wortman's Wildrift Outlaw. Number 3, Luke Cheney's Ward's Braveheart. Number 4, Robert Leach's Hazelwood Congressman. Number 5, Jeff Willis's Monarch's Boot. Number 6, Jordan McDowell's Yavin Smooth Sailing. And number 7 will be David Murphy and Mobile Pros Tag. So if those competitors could please stand by.
So in the camp now we have Montana Chamberlain riding Amalfi. Amalfi is a 5-year-old mare by Hazelwood Congressman out of a mare called Capri, and she won her first Open at 5-year-old. Our judges today, Mr. Shane Corbold and Mr. Cameron Jones, welcome. And the cattle for the restricted today have been generously loaned by Scott Shea from Mundango Pastoral. So a great big thank you to Scott Shea and the team there at Mundango Pastoral for these beautiful cattle we draft this morning.
And she's out on course. Competitor number 1, Montana Chamberlain with Amafi. Into the camp should go number 2, Mark Wardman, Wildrift Outlaw. Stand by number 3, Luke Cheney's Ward's Braveheart. Score for Montana Chamberlain and Amafri, cut out of 21, Horsework 62, course 4, great start, that's an 87 points for Montana Chamberlain and Amafri. Next competitor is on camp, number 2, Mark Wardman and Wildrift Outlaw. Stand by number 3, Luke Cheney's Ward's Braveheart. Score for Mark Wardman and Wildrift Outlaw is a 22 only there for competitor number 2. Number 3 is on camp, Luke Cheney and Ward's Braveheart. Standing by number 4, Robert Leach, Hazelwood Congressman. Number 5, Jeff Willis's Monarch's Boot. 6, Jordan McDowell's Yaven Smooth Sailing. 7, David Murphy's Mobile Pros Tag. And number 8, Matt Beach's Overtime.
On camp, we have competitor 3, Luke Cheney, riding Ward's Braveheart. This is an open horse that recently got second in the KPH Dash for Cash.
Looking over his cattle now is competitor number 4. This is Robert Leach with Hazelwood Congressman. At the gate we should have number 5, Jeff Willis, Monarch's Boot, and then we'll have number 6, Jordan McDowell's Yaven Smooth Sailing. And we had a score for Luke Cheney of 23 only.
So competitors, we do ask that if you would like to join our teams draft tonight or this afternoon, if you'd like to join the teams draft, please come and see us in the Secretary's box and nominate a team, please.
Okay, and we'll have a score coming through very shortly for Robert Leach and Hazelwood Congressman, competitor number 4. Score for Robert, cut out 23, Horsework 64, course 4 for a total of 91. That's 91 points for Robert Leach and Hazelwood Congressman. Next in camp is number 5, Jeff Willis and Monarch's Boot. Stand by number 6, Jordan McDowell. 7, David Murphy. 8, Matt Beaches. 9, Scott Shea. 10, David Thorne. 11, Andrew Turvey. And 12, Zeb Pearce. If those competitors could please stand by. That you currently watch competitor number 5, Jeff Willis and Monarch's Boot.
Monarch's Boot is a 10-year-old open horse by Acres Destiny out of a Quadong Jap mare.
So outside we watch competitor number 5, Jeff Willis, and Monarch's Boot. On camp we should have number 6, Jordan McDowell's Yavin Smooth Sailing. Score for Jeff Willis and Monarch's Boot, cut out 16, horsework 61.5, course 4 for a total of 81.5. 81.5 for Jeff Willis and Monarch's Boot. Next competitor is number 6, Jordan McDowell and Yavin Smooth Sailing. Standby number 7, David Murphy's Mobile Price Tag. Number 8, Matt Beech's Overtime. And number 9, Scott Shea's Morse's Checkmate.
As we watch in camp, Jordan McDowell riding Yavin Smooth Sailing. Yavin Smooth Sailing is an 8-year-old gelding by Smooth as a Cat, out of One More Romance.
Score for Jordan McDowell and Yavin Smooth Sailing. Cut out 21, horsework 60.5, course 4 for a total of 85.5. That's an 85.5 run for Jordan McDowell and Yavin Smooth Sailing. David Murphy we watch, Mobile Price Tag, competitor number 7. We'll have a score for you very shortly. Cut out 22, horsework 61.5, course 4 for a total of 87.5. That's an 87.5 for David Murphy and Mobile Price Tag. Number 8 will be our next competitor, Matt Beech's and Overtime. Standby number 9, Scott Shea. 10, David Thorne. 11, Andrew Turvey. 12, Jeff Pearce. 13, Cooper Penny. 15, Graham Rosinski. And 16, Tim Hollis.
So we have Matt Beech's in camp riding Overtime. This is Kenny L's horse. His beautiful wife owns this horse and they hail from Mafra. He is a 16-year-old gelding.
Waiting for confirmation of the score. And that was a 23 for cutout for Matt Beaches and overtime competitor number 8. Scott Shea is now on camp with Moore's Checkmate. He comes in as competitor number 9. Standby number 10, David Thorne, 1 Stylish Jewel. 11, Andrew Turvey's Knife's Destiny's Playgirl. And number 12, Zeb Pearce's Moxie Storm.
Scott hails from Braidwood area, and this is his own nomination. He is riding Moore's Checkmate. He is a stallion with lots of cutout wins, and he's a family horse.
And that's a cutout of 22. 22 for Scott Shea and Moore's Checkmate. Selecting his beast now is competitor number 10, David Thorne, and 1 Stylish Jewel. Standing by number 11, Andrew Turvey, Knife's Destiny's Playgirl, and number 12, Zeb Pearce's Moxie Storm.
So David hails from the Wallenbean area, and this horse is partnership owned by D&K Thorne and the OJ Syndicate. This horse is a 7-year-old gelding by 1 Stylish Pepto out of Destiny's Fancy Jewel.
And we have a cutout score of 23 for David Thorne and 1 Stylish Jewel. One down competitor, Andrew Turvey, is on camp with Knife's Destiny's Playgirl. He comes in as competitor number 11. Zeb Pearce stands by at 12 with Moxie Storm. 13, Cooper Penny's Miss Scarlet Acre, and 14 is out. And then we move down to 15, Graham Rosinski and Non de Last Frontier.
So this is our very own Andrew Turvey from the Willinga Park team, and of course from that Joanda Plains. He's riding Knight's Destiny Playgirl. This is a 8-year-old open mare by One More Playboy, and she is owned by Willinga Park. We send a great big shout out to Ringers Western Wow, who are our naming rights partner for this Willinga Park Gold Buckle Championship Cantra for 2025.
Score for Andrew Turvey and Knife's Destiny's Playgirl, cut out 17, horsework 59.5, course 4 for a total of 80.5. That's an 80.5 run for Andrew Turvey and Knife's Destiny's Playgirl. Carefully selecting his beast now is competitor number 12, Zeb Pearce and Moxie Storm. Standing by 13, Cooper Penny, Miss Scarlet Acre. 15, Graham Rosinski's Non de Last Frontier. And 17, Michael Hiscock's Mewburn Buick.
So as we watch Zeb Pearce, who is in camp now on Moxie Storm from Walker in New South Wales. Very cold country there in Walker. This is his own nomination. If you have tuned in onto the live stream this morning, you are watching the Terry Snow Memorial Restricted Open.
Score for Zeb Pearce and Moxie Storm, cutout 16, horsework 61, course 4, for a total of 81 points. That's an 81-point run for Zeb Pearce and Moxie Storm, competitor number 12. 13 is looking over cattle, and it is Cooper Penny with Miss Scarlet Acre. Standing by 15, Graham Rosinski. 17, Michael Hiscock. 18, Alana Chamberlain. 19, Sam Campbell. 20, Rob King. 21, Glenn Coleman. 22, Fiona Palmer. 23, Mick Southern. 24, Cameron Dunlop. 25, Peter Bolton. And 26, Kenny Beaches. Please stand by.
So in camp we watch Cooper Penny riding Miss Scarlet Acre. This is his dad's nomination, Jason's nomination. They hail from the Gunnedah area, which is northern New South Wales, just outside of Tamworth. The winner of the Restricted Open will receive a handcrafted bronze sculpture by Queensland artist Jay Hall, whose bush bronzes are known for capturing the heart of rural life. So we'll just do a little tidy up in that camp area. We've got our judges today. A great big thank you to Mr. Cameron Jones and Mr. Shane Corbold. And just a reminder to competitors, if you would like to join that teams draft this afternoon, there are still nominations open, so find yourself a couple of friends and come and nominate for that teams draft this afternoon. It will be a spectacle. We've got a wonderful day of events scheduled for today, and of course lots of spectators coming in for the final today of that Gold Buckle Open that will be run this afternoon. We also have today some jousting and of course that teams event tonight, which late this afternoon, which will be a spectacle. So we'll see lots and lots of wonderful events happening today. A great big thank you, of course, also to our cattle donors. Without them, we know our drafts can't run, so it's a massive thing to generously donate their cattle. So a great big thank you to Scott Shea from Mundango Pastoral and the team there. We do appreciate it. Beautiful cattle that we draft here at the magnificent Warringah Park.
Okay, we'll be underway again very shortly, and unfortunately that was a no score there for Cooper Penny and Miss Scarlet Acre. 15 is now on camp, Graham Rosinski with Nonda Last Frontier. Standing at the gate, number 17, Michael Hiscock's Mewburn Buick. Standing by also 18, Alana Chamberlain, Smart Spin and Acres, and number 19, Sam Campbell and SDP Scott David.
So as we watch Graham Rosinski outside on Nonda Last Frontier, this horse is by Conman out of Nonda Dotty Papunya, was the Warringah 22.
And we'll have a score very shortly for Graham Rosinski and Nonda Last Frontier, competitor number 15.
Our program for today, we are watching this morning, if you've just tuned in live stream, We are watching the Terry Snow Memorial Restricted Open draft this morning. Our judges, Mr. Shane Corbold and Mr. Cameron Jones. After this Restricted Open, we will have the juniors and then the juvenile. We will see that wonderful jousting show, and then the opening ceremony, the gold buckle final and presentation, the jousting show, and then the teams draft, which is still open for nominations competitors. So that's our program for Super Saturday, the finals day here in Willinga Park.
Okay, and a score came through for Graham Rosinski and Nonda Lars Frontier. Cut out 22, horsework 59, course 3, for a total of 84 points. Michael Hiscock is underway. His competitor number 17 with Mewburn Buick. Standing by number 18, Alana Chamberlain and Smart Spinning Acres. And we'll have number 19, Sam Campbell, SDP Scott David.
So we are watching Mafra competitor Michael Hiscock riding Mewburn Buick. He is a stallion owned by Pat and Luke Hardwick. He's out of Hazelwood Advice. He was second in the Warwick Gold Cup in 2024.
He's certainly a well-decorated stallion, Karen. We get to see him. We're very fortunate. We get to see him come up to Queensland and draft up there quite regularly. So very well-performed stallion. We await our score for Michael Hiscock and Mewburn Buick. Competitor 17. 18's on camp, Alana Chamberlain and Smart Spinning Acres. Standing by 19, Sam Campbell. 20, Rob King. 21, Glenn Coleman. 22, Fiona Palmer. 23, Mick Southern. It won't be long and we will have a score for Michael Hiscock and Mewburn Buick.
Smart Spinning Acres is a 13-year-old stallion by Seligman Spin out of an Aiken's Destiny mare, and he is ridden by the whole family.
I can give you a score for Alana Chamberlain and Smart Spinning Acres, competitor 18. That was a 21.5. Now looking over his cattle is competitor 19, Sam Campbell, riding SDP Scott David. Standby number 20, Rob King's Raffles. 21, Glenn Coleman's Encore.
So this is SDP Scott David, and this is Sarah Campbell's horse. It says here Sam, so I don't know how you feel about that, but from Goombara. So now this horse won the 2024 Warwick Gold Cup, and he is by High Drive Cat out of Spins Cherry Oak. Magnificent stallion there, and we've been so privileged to watch him compete regularly up there in the southeast Queensland area.
And he's outside, competitor number 19, Sam Campbell and SDP Scott David. I can go back and give you a score now for Michael Hiscock and Mewburn Buick. was a cutout of 16.5. Horsework 58, course 4 for a total of 78.5. 78.5. And Sam Campbell's score is a cutout of 14 for SDP Scott David. 20 on camp, Rob King and Raffles. Standby 21, Glenn Coleman. 22, Fiona Palmer. 23, Mick Southern.
There are 68 competitors in this Terry Snow Memorial Restricted Open this morning. So we have some wonderful spectacles watching these incredible open horses, novice and open horses competing here today. We of course have the Restricted Open this morning, and we will be doing the presentation. The juniors, the juveniles, so the children will be coming through shortly. And then that jousting show. We also say a great big thank you to our judges, Mr Cameron Jones and Mr Shane Colbourd, for judging today at Warringah Park.
And we have a score of 21. 21 for Rob King and Raffles, competitor number 20. He's acknowledged the judge. He's underway. Competitor number 21, Glenn Coleman and Encore. Standing by 22, Fiona Palmer, Binna Shaquille. 23, Mick Southern's Hostess. 24, Cameron Dunlop's Spartacus. 25, Peter Bolton's Grace. 26, Kenny L. Beach's Stylish Candy. Please stand by. But you currently watch competitor 21, Glenn Coleman and Encore.
Score has come through there for Glenn Coleman, riding Encore of a 17, 62 and 4 for a total of 83. So into camp now we have competitor 22, Fiona Palmer, riding Binna Shaquille. 23 will be Mick Southern on Hostess. 24, Cameron Dunlop on Spartacus. And 25, Peter Bolton riding Grace. So don't forget this morning to head over to the food stalls. I know that there's some incredible toasted sandwiches over there. If you go over and see the Hello Huey van, the Clyde River Berry Farm. I heard someone talking yesterday about the wonderful ice creams they're serving. Rotary is over there. Curbside Feast. There's a Blue Nami Japanese, a Here and Now Coffee. There's a Fruitalicious, a Butcher's Block. The Men's Shed, Wandering Food-Fired Pizza and Gelato. So head over, grab yourself a coffee, it's great, and visit those food stalls this morning and over the day.
So we currently have competitor 22, Fiona Palmer and Binna Shaquille. Unfortunately, Fiona is leaving the camp area, so we just tidy up the camp and we will continue on with competitor 23, Mick Southern and Hostess. Standing by 24, Cameron Dunlop. 25, Peter Bolton. 26, Kenny L. Beaches. 27, Tia Big. 28, Vicky Hiscock. 29, Lenny Hardwick. 30, Luke McEwen. 31, Pete Comiskey. 32, Lockie Sim.
So in camp we watch Mick Southern at 23 riding Hostess. This is horse is owned by Clayton Dries, and Mick hails from the Surat area, so that's up in central Queensland area. He's outside. We'd like to also let you know that over in the trade stall area there are a number of wonderful trade stalls for you to go and visit and have a look at some of the wonderful wares that are here on site this weekend. Score there for Mick Southern of an 18 only. 24 will move into camp. That's Cameron Dunlop riding Spartacus. 25 will be on standby at the gate. Peter Bolton riding Grace. 26 Kenny L. Beaches. 27 Tia Beek riding Shebia Cat. 28 Vicky Hiscock riding Mewburn Bambalam. 29 Lenny Hardwick riding Sweet Acres.
On camp we watch competitor 24, Cameron Dunlop and Spartacus. Standing by 25, Peter Bolton's Grace. 26, Kenny L. Beach's Stylish Candy. And 27, Tia Beek's Shebia Cat.
So if you head over to the trade stall area, we have Foresight, a trade stall over there. Now Foresight are our principal partner here this year. Foresight provide quality joint supplements for not only our equine and canine friends, but also for us as humans. Scan the QR code around the venue for your chance to win a year's supply of Foresight Epitalis for your horse, valued over at $900. Scientifically proven to prevent, treat and maintain joint health in horses. That was unfortunately a no score there for Cameron Dunlop riding Spartacus. Moving into camp will be 25, Peter Bolton riding Grace. 26 on standby, Kenny L. Beaches. 27, Tia Beek.
We move down now to competitor 25, Peter Bolton and Grace. Following Peter, we'll have 26, Kenny L. Beaches, Stylish Candy. 27, Tia Beek, Shebia Cat. 28, Vicky Hiscox, Mewburn Bamalam. 29, Lenny Hardwick, Sweet Acres. 30, Luke McEwen's Peelvale River Oak. 31, Pete Comiskey's Bungaby Elegant Spin. And 32, Lockie Sim, No More Rain. But we're currently watching competitor 25, Peter Bolton riding Grace.
Don't forget the Willinga Park bus tours on Friday and Saturday, available from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. The tour takes you across the entire park and shows you the history of Willinga Park and Terry's vision for the property. The tour takes approximately 25 to 30 minutes. Tickets are available from the information stand for $10 for adults. Please come and book your seat on the bus. The tickets are selling fast, so make sure you book your seat. Pickup will be from the roundabout below the info shed. So there's a quick message here for open riders who have not yet collected their shirts. Please collect them from the top tier of the secretary's box over here. They will be reopened at the commencement of the junior draft. So open competitors, I think there's 5 more of you to collect your shirts. The office will be open at the commencement of the junior draft.
And we're underway again with competitor 25, Peter Bolton and Grace. Standing by 26, Kenny L. Beaches and Stylish Candy.
Outside we watch Peter Bolton riding Grace. The nomination owned by Michelle Bolton, and they hail from the Hayfield area. Just a little reminder around that beautiful trophy, bronze sculpture trophy for the winner of this Terry Snow Memorial Restricted Open. That beautiful bush bronze, known for capturing the heart of rural life, is a take-home trophy. It's not a perpetual trophy, so how amazing would that be to win that beautiful trophy for the Terry Snow Memorial Restricted Open?
And we have a score for Peter Bolton and Grace, cutout 21, horsework 62.5, course 4 for an 87.5. 87.5 for Peter Bolton and Grace, competitor 25. We move down now to 26, Kenny L. Beaches and Stylish Candy. I think this is Karen's favourite horse, so we're probably going to hear a bit about this one.
I think this horse is a favourite all around, so I often see people travel to the camp to watch this beautiful mare go. I do know that Kenny L broke this horse in herself. I heard her talk about it last night, and she's a pretty special little mare.
I think she has her own Facebook page, Karen. So we'll have a score very shortly for Kenny L. Beaches and Stylish Candy. And it was a cutout of 23, no surprises there. 23 for Kenny L. Beaches and Stylish Candy. 27 is now on camp, Tia Beak and She Be a Cat. Standby 28, Vicky Hiscock's Mewburn Bamalam. 29, Lenny Hardwick's Sweet Acres. 30, Luke McEwen's Peelvale River Oak. 31, Pete Comiskey, Bungaby Elegant Spin. And 32, Lockie Sims, No More Rain.
So in camp we have competitor 27, Tia Beak, riding She Be a Cat. This little horse is owned by Matty Moffat. And they hail from the Cabra area. Outside we watch Tia Beak riding She Be a Cat.
And we have a score of 21.5. 21.5 for Tia Beak and She Be a Cat. 28 now on camp, Vicky Hiscock and Mewburn Bamalam. Standby 28, 29, Lenny Hardwick. 30, Luke McEwen. 31, Pete Comiskey. 32, Lockie Sim. 33, Jason Penny. 34, Leah Rogers. 35, John Turvey. 36, Zach Jackson. 37, Bonnie Hiscock's nomination. And 38, Stephen Hart. But we move back now to competitor 28, Vicky Hiscock and Mewburn Bamalam.
So outside for Vicky Hiscock on Mewburn Bamalam, and Mewburn Bamalam is well known on the camp draft circuit. Won the Wallinga Ladies in 22 and the Warwick Champion of Champions in 23. Vicky and the Hiscock team come from the Maffra area. Of course, I know they've got a dairy farm down there. Vicky is often seen on the camp draft circuit, especially at Warwick and the big drafts.
Score for Vicky Hiscock and Mewburn Bamalam, cut out 22, horsework 59.5, course 3 for a total of 84.5. That's an 84.5 run for Vicky Hiscock and Mewburn Bamalam. 29 is next, Lenny Hardwick and Sweet Acres. Stand by 30, Luke McEwen, Peel Vale River Oak.
So Lenny Hardwick is riding Sweet Acres, and Sweet Acres is an open mare by Acres Destiny. Lenny and Sweet Acres come from the Hawthorn area.
Score for Lenny Hardwick and Sweet Acres, cut out 20, horsework 61.5, course 4 for a total of 85.5. That's an 85.5 for Lenny Hardwick and Sweet Acres. Next competitor is number 30, Luke McEwen and Peel Vale River Oak. Stand by 31, Pete Comiskey and Bungabi Elegant Spin.
This is a open gelding. He's won a number of opens. He is This horse is a family favourite on our farm, so he's a little hard to talk about. He is a 7-year-old gelding by Conductor, and he is a family favourite. He's owned by Carlu Pastoral, and
so for those of you who are not aware, that's Karen's horse. So she was having a bit of trouble talking about it. She was too busy watching. So that was a 22 for cut out there for Luke McEwen and Peel Vale River Oak. Next competitor 31, Pete Comiskey, Bungabi Elegant Spin. Stand by 32, Lockie Sim, No More Rain. 33, Jason Penny, Sorta Smooth. 34, Lee Rogers and Darley Sweet Chili. And 35, John Turvey's Rosie. Please stand by.
outside, we watch our very own Pete Comiskey riding Bungabi Elegant Spin. This horse is owned by Bryony and Pete from Nebo, and he is a Seligman Spin gelding.
And no joy today for Pete. He goes up with a 22.5. 22.5 for Pete Comiskey and Bungabi Elegant Spin. Competitor 31. 32, we now watch Lockie Sim, No More Rain. Stand by 33, Jason Penny, Sorta Smooth. Then we'll have 34, Lee Rogers, Darley, Sweet Chili. 35, John Turvey's Rosie. 36, Zach Jackson's Destined for More. 37, Bonnie Hiscock's Mewburn Davy. And 38 will be Stephen Hart and Yaven's Smooth Spin. If those competitors could please stand by.
Outside for Lockie Sim riding No More Rain. This horse is an 18-year-old gelding by No More, One More out of Singing in the Rain.
And it was a 20 for cutout for Lockie Sim and No More Rain. 33 now in camp, Jason Penny and Sorta Smooth. Then we'll have 34, Lee Rogers, Darley, Sweet Chili. 35, John Turvey's Rosie. And that was a camp score of 22 for Jason Penny and Sorta Smooth, competitor 33. 34 now on camp, looking over her cattle, Leah Rogers with Darley's Sweet Chili. Standby 35, John Turvey, 36, Zach Jackson, 37, Bonnie Hiscock, 38, Stephen Hart, 39, Henry Quilty, 40 will be Michael Reid, 41, Luke Thompson, 42, Tom Shea, 43, Pat Hardwick, 44, Amanda Hollis. And we're just over halfway in the Terry Snow Memorial Restricted Open Camp Draft here this morning at Warringah Park.
Outside for Lee Rogers on Darley's Sweet Chili. This is her own nomination. She hails from the Bega area.
And we have a cutout of 22 for Lee Rogers and Darley's Sweet Chili. Another one-Darwin competitor, John Turvey, riding Rosie, is on camp at number 35. Standing by 36, Zach Jackson, destined for more.
If you have just tuned in on the live stream, you are watching the Ringers Western Championship draft here at Warringah Park. We are currently watching the Terry Snow Memorial Restricted Open. So this is a tribute to Terry Snow, the founder of Warringah Park. It is a competition for novice and open horses. And a real spectacle for all of us to watch here this morning to start finals day. Ringers Western is the naming rights partner for this draft 2025. They've supplied the shirts for the incredible team working hard to bring this event to life, taking us through the weekend. Ringers Western was formed in the rugged Kimberley region of Western Australia in 2012. And it will always be inspired by its roots in the bush. The basis of grassroots simplicity, high standard of design and quality sets Ringers Western way ahead of the mob.
Okay, and that was John Turvey riding Rosie. We'll have a score for John of 18.5. 18.5 for John Turvey and Rosie, competitor 35. Zach Jackson is on camp at 36 with Destined for More. Standby 37, Bonnie Hiscock, 38, Stephen Hart, 39, Henry Quilty, 40, Michael Reid, 41, Luke Thompson, 42, Tom Shea, 43, Pat Hardwick. If those competitors could please stand by.
There are 68 competitors in this restricted open draft, and we will do the presentation straight after the completion of those 68 competitors. We will then go on to the junior, the juvenile. We will see that jousting show this afternoon in the big arena. We'll have an opening ceremony, and before we see the final of that gold buckle of the Warringah Park Ringers Western Gold Buckle Championship camp draft, and then a jousting show, and of course that teams draft, which we still do have some openings for nominations competitors. If you could come and see Lauren, if you can find yourself a team.
Score for Zach Jackson and Destined for More is cut out of 21, horsework 62, course 4 for an 87. It's 87 points for Zach Jackson and Destined for More. Competitor number 36. 37 is on the go. That's Bonnie Hiscock and Mewburn Davey. competitor number 37. 38, stand by, Stephen Hart, Yavin Smooth Spin.
Outside, we watch Bonnie Hiscock on Mewburn Davy. Mewburn Davy is by Mewburn Iceman out of Hazelwood Advice, who was a 2 times Warwick Gold Cup winner.
It's a well-bred horse, Karen. Score for Bonnie Hiscock is 23. 23 for cutout for Bonnie Hiscock and Mewburn Davy. Next competitor, 38, Stephen Hart, Yavin Smooth Spin. Standing by then, 39, Henry Quilty, Woodridge Terry. 40, Michael Reed's Annie's Gift. And 41, Luke Thompson's Yavin More Ice.
Outside, we watch Stephen Hart riding Yavin Smooth Spin. This horse is owned by Stephen and Tony Hart from Googong. Now, this is an incredible lineup of prizes today for this Terry Snow Memorial Restricted Open Draft. $15,000 in prize money. The winner will get that beautiful bronze statue trophy, a buckle, $4,000. The garlands are magnificent down there. And a rug and a saddle pad made by Harles.
And we'll have a score of 88. Cut out 21, horsework 63, course 4, total of 88 for Stephen Hart and Yavin Smooth Spin. Selected his beast now, competitor 39, Henry Quilty and Woodridge Terry. At the gates, number 40, Michael Reed and his gift. Stand by 41, Luke Thompson. 42, Tom Shea. 43, Pat Hardwick.
Outside, we watch Henry Quilty riding Woodbridge Terry, his own nomination from Currabubula, and that's a little town just outside of Tamworth in New South Wales.
Score for Henry Quilty and Woodridge Terry, cut out 21, horsework 62.5, course 4, for a total of 87.5, 87.5 for Henry Quilty and Woodridge Terry. Michael Reed now looks over his cattle at competitor number 40 with Annie's Gift. Stand by 41, Luke Thompson, Yavin More Ice, and 42, Tom Shays, Hannaford Stud Renegade.
We watch Michael Reed outside on Annie's Gift, West Woombye competitor. This is an 11-year-old mare by Hazelwood Conman out of Otford Valley Annie.
Score for Michael Reed and Annie's Gift, cut out of 15.5, 15.5. Next competitor, 41. That'll be Luke Thompson and Yavin More Ice. Then we'll have 42, Tom Shea, 43, Pat Hardwick, 44, Amanda Hollis, 45, Charles Tapp, 46, Troy Palmer, 47, Matt Holtz, 48, Matthew Moffat, 49, Zach Sefton, 50, Harry Scott, 51, Luke Bennett, and 52 will be Dean Rogers. We're currently watching competitor 41, Luke Thompson and Yavin More Ice.
Over in the trade stall area, you will find Made by Harles. Now, I've seen most of the weekend these beautiful saddle pads donated by Made by Harles. The Warringah Gold Buckle Camp Draft holds a special place in the history of Made by Harles. In fact, it was the very first 3 matching saddle pads that Harles made for the team's draft that kick-started what she calls her little venture. 2 weeks after the 2024 Gold Buckle Camp Draft, Made by Harles was born, and as they say, from little things, big things grow. The Made by Harles range is entirely handmade by Harles herself, and the passion she has for the sport of camp drafting, her horses and the equine industry as a whole is evident in the finish of the product she creates. For custom-made saddle pads, bridles and other tack, check out Made by Harles. Go and see her over in the trade stall area and support the people that support our draft.
And we'll have a score for Luke Thompson and Yavin Moore Ice. Cut out 21, Horsework 63, course 4 for an 88. That's an 88 score for Luke Thompson and Yavin Moore Ice. 42 on camp, Tom Shea with Hannaford Stud Renegade. Standby 43, Pat Hardwick's Wicked Duck. 44, Amanda Hollis, Dharma Acres of Vegas. 45, Charles Taps, Who's Divine. And 46, Troy Palmer's Razor.
So as we start to get towards the halfway mark, oh, actually it's a little bit over, we still have a clear leader with Rob Leach on a 91. We are watching on camp Tom Shea on Hannaford Stud Renegade. This is an open gelding that is owned by Scott Shea from the Braidwood area, so not far away. We stopped in Braidwood overnight on our way here, and lovely little showground there.
Score for Tom Shea and Hannaford Stud Renegade. Cut out 16.5, Horsework 62, course 4 for a total of 82.5 for Tom Shea and Hannaford Stud Renegade. 43 now, Pat Hardwick and Wicked Duck. And I believe 44 is Tim Hollis with Dharma Acres of Vegas, and 45 Charles Tapp, Who's Divine.
Outside, we watch Pat Hardwick on Wicked Duck. This horse is owned by Depco Pastoral. They're from the Hawthorn area. This is an open mare by WR This Cat's Smart.
And Pat has a cutout score of 22 for Pat Hardwick and Wicked Duck, competitive 43. Looking over his cattle now is competitive 44, Tim Hollis and Dharma Acres of Vegas. Then we'll have 45, Charles Tapp, Who's Divine. 46, Troy Palmer's Razor, and 47, Matt Hole's Hazelwood Country Blues.
Outside for Tim Hollis, riding Dharma's Acres of Vegas. This horse is owned by Tim and Amanda Hollis from the Currabubula area. They're in northern New South Wales. This is a 10-year-old stallion by Acres Destiny out of a mare Colwell Colway Crystal.
Okay, great score there for Tim Hollis and Dharma Acres of Vegas. Cut out 22, horsework 64, course 4 for a 90. These riders are riding fairly hard. This is a one-round draft, so at the completion of this, these will be the scores that determine the winner and place getters. Next competitor then, 45, Charles Tapp, Who's Divine. Stand by 46, Troy Palmer's Razor.
Outside, we're watching Charles Tapp on Who's Divine. This is his own nomination, and he's a Wandoan competitor. This is a 17-year-old mare by Who's Top Cat.
.46 on camp, Troy Palmer and Razor. Stand by 47, Matt Holes, Hazelwood Country Blues. 48, Matt Moffat, Miss Pepto's Lena. And 49, Zach Sefton's Butterfly. Score for Charles Tapp and Who's Divine. Cut out 22, horsework 63, course 4. For a total of 89 points. That's an 89-point run for Charles Tapp and Who's Divine. Troy Palmer now in camp at 46 with Razor.
Outside for Troy Palmer, riding Razor. This is Troy's own nomination, and he hails, of course, from that cooler area. Warringah Park bus tours are available today, and from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. the tour takes you across the entire park and shows you the history of Warringah Park and Terry's vision for the property. The tour takes approximately 25 to 30 minutes. Tickets are available from the information stand at $10 for adults. Please come and book your seat on the bus. Tickets are selling fast, so make sure you book your seat. Pickup will be from the roundabout below the info stand. So join that bus tour and learn all about this incredibly beautiful venue.
Score for Troy Palmer and Razor. Cut out 23, horsework 60, course 4. For a total of 87 points. 87 points for Troy Palmer and Razor. Next competitor will be 47, Matt Holtz and Hazelwood Country Blues. Then we'll have 48, Matthew Moffat's Miss Peptolina. 49, Zach Sefton's Butterfly. 50, Harry Scott's Morangi Romeo's Child. And 51 will be Luke Bennett Malungra's Moonbeam.
Outside, we watch Matt Holtz riding Hazelwood Country Blues, Kooyong Pastoral owned horse from the Jindera area. His horse is an open mare and the Kooyong Pastoral are the owners.
Score for Matt Holes and Hazelwood Country Blues. Cut out 22, horsework 62.5, course 4 for a total of 88.5. 88.5 for Matt Holes and Hazelwood Country Blues. 48 now we watch Matthew Moffat and Miss Peptolina. Standby 49, Zach Sefton's Butterfly. 50, Harry Scott's Morangi Romeo's Child. And 51, Luke Bennett's Malungra's Moonbeam.
So Matt Moffat needs no introduction in the camp draft world. And he is riding Lance Spanigal and M. Lindley's nomination, Miss Peptolina, from the Cabra area. We have 20 horses left to run in this Terry Snow Memorial Restricted Open Draft. Winner of this draft is in the running for a bronze statue trophy, that beautiful J. Hall bronze statue trophy. It's a beautiful handcrafted bronze sculpture by Queensland artist J. Hall, whose bush bronzes are known for capturing the heart of rural life. It's a meaningful reflection of the values Terry held dear.
No. Score for Matthew Moffat and Miss Peptolina. Cut out 22, horsework 63, course 4 for an 89.
Outside we're watching Zach Sefton riding Butterfly. Butterfly is a 21-year-old mare by Acres Destiny out of a Spinifex mare. Zach hails from the Manildra area.
And we'll have a score very shortly for Zach Sefton and Butterfly, competitor 49. Harry Scott is on camp with Morangi Romeo's Child. He comes in as competitor 50. And we'll have 51, Luke Bennett, Malungra's Moonbeam. 52, Dean Rogers, Even Con. And we have a score for Zach Sefton and Butterfly, cut out 16, horsework 61.5, course 4 for a total of 81.5. 81.5 for Zach Sefton and Butterfly. We move down now to 50, Harry Scott, Morangi's Romeo's Child.
Outside we watch Harry Scott riding Morangi Romeo's Child. This is an 18-year-old open mare by Acres Destiny. Harry hails from the Wandoan area up near Joanda Park. Now, teams draft, just remember that teams draft is on this afternoon, and we would love to see some more nominations come in. Please come and see Lauren in the office to nominate a team. Gather your friends and let's have some fun this afternoon. Put on a spectacle for the wonderful people here at Willinga Park this afternoon.
Score for Harry Scott and Morangi Romeo's Child was a cutout of 15. Yes, we'll talk about favourites. This is it's a Queensland horse, I suppose that's part of it. Competitor 51, favourite rider 2, Luke Bennett, riding Malungra's Moonbeam. Competitor 51. 52, standby, Dean Rogers and Even Con.
So in the camp looking over his cattle, we have Luke Bennett riding Malunga's Moonbeam. This horse is a favourite around the camp draft circuit, but not only that, but a little bit of information is this horse is also a very, very accomplished show jumper. So a very versatile, beautiful Australian stock horse stallion, owned by the beautiful Kim and Evan Acton, wonderful people, owning from Luke's there from Dundee. So a wonderful stallion, fresh off a win from the Sydney Royal this year. So this very special stallion we will watch now as he takes his bees to the front of the camp. And outside for Luke Bennett riding Malunga's Moonbeam. I know Kim and Evan will be watching on TV, so a great big shout out and hi to you, Kimmy.
We'll have a score coming through for competitor 51, Luke Bennett, and Malunga's Moonbeam. Cutout 22, horsework 63.5, course 4 for a total of 89.5. It's an 89.5 run for Luke Bennett and Malunga's Moonbeam. 52 we move down to Dean Rogers and Even Con. Standing by 53, Lauren Jackson. 54, Zach Svetlik. And 55, Glen Rand Felix.
So we have about 15 more competitors to run in this Terry Snow Memorial Restricted Open Draft. $15,000 on offer here for this beautiful draft this morning. Our judges, great big thank you to Mr. Shane Corbold and Mr. Cameron Jones for judging this incredible showcase event this morning. The winner taking away that beautiful bronze statue trophy, a buckle and $4,000. A garland, a rug and that saddle pad made by Harles. Please make sure you go over and visit Harles in the trade stall area.
Score for Dean Rogers and Even Con, 21.5. Next competitor 53, Lauren Jackson, Peel Vale Playgirl. Standing by 54, Zach Svetlik. 55, Glen Rand. 56, Hugh Miles. 57, Brett Rollinson. 58, Bryony Puttycombe. 59, William Chugg. 60, David Andrews. 61, Ash Sheehan. 62, Wyatt Young. 63, David Reeder. 64, Luke Hartwig. 65, Tanya Rand. 66, Brendan Warren. 67, Toby White. And last but not least will be 68, Evan Hiscox Nix. Oh, sorry, that may be a withdrawal. I'll just double check with our scribes up here.
Outside we have Lauren Jackson riding Peel Vale Playgirl. This is Zach Jackson's nomination and they come from the Numurkah area.
Score for competitor 53, Lauren Jackson and Peel Vale Playgirl of 21.5. 54 is next. Zach Svetlik and Alvin. Standing by 55, Glen Rands. 56, Hugh Miles. 57, Brett Rollinson. 58, Bryony Puttycombe.
Outside for Zach Svetlik riding Alvin. This is a 15-year-old gelding owned by Bonnie Hiscock. So we have 68 competitors in this Terry Snow Memorial Restricted Open Draft. All of these highly performed novice and open horses here, showing us how it's done today.
And we'll have a score for Zach Svetlik and Alvin of 21 for cutout, 63 for horsework, 4 for the course, for a total of 88 points. 88 for Zach Svetlik and Alvin. 55 now, looking over his cattle. That'll be competitor Glenn Rand with Felix, otherwise known as the Smith Family Phoenix. Standing by 56, Hugh Miles, Smooth Talker. 57, Brett Rollinson's Les Watt Pretty. 58, Bridie Puttycomb's Destiny of Her Own. 59, William Chugg's Beldiva Posh. And 60 will be David Andrews and Hot Piece.
Outside we have Glenn Rand riding Felix. This is an 11-year-old gelding by Conman, and he is ridden by lots of junior and juveniles.
$20 for cutout for Glenn Rand and Felix. 56 on camp, Hugh Miles and Smooth Talker. Stand by 57, Brett Rollinson and Les Watt Pretty. And 58, Bridie Puttycomb's Destiny of Her Own.
Outside for Hugh Miles and Smooth Talker. This horse is owned by Waters and Henry One Proprietary Limited. Hugh Miles hails from the Tamworth area. As we watch this run, this restricted open serves as a premier competition showcasing top-tier horses that have previously won open drafts, embodying Terry's values of excellence and opportunity. This restricted open is showcasing elite horses that have previously claimed victory in open drafts, truly the best of the best.
Score for Hugh Miles and Smooth Talker, cut out 22, horsework 60, course 4 for an 86. It's an 86 run there for Hugh Miles and Smooth Talker. We move down to competitor 57, Brett Rollinson and Les Watt Pretty. Standing by 58, Bridie Puttycomb. 59, William Chugg. 60, David Andrews. 61, Ash Sheehan. 62, Wyatt Young. 63, David Reeder. 64, Luke Hardwick. 65, Tanya Rand. 66, Brenton Warren. 67, Toby White. 68, Fiona Holtz. 69, Archie Bolton.
Outside for Brett Rollinson on Les Watt Pretty. This is his own nomination and he hails from the Oberon area. This is a 15-year-old mare by Roxon. Don't forget that we have that event this afternoon, the feature event today of the Open Final at 1:30 this afternoon, the Willinga Park Ringers Western Gold Buckle Championship Camp Draft Final. 1:30 today. Lots of events today to watch.
Score for Brett Rollinson's Les Watt Pretty, cut out 21, horsework 61, course 4 for a total of 86. It's an 86 for Brett Rollinson and Les Watt Pretty. Bridie Puttycomb on camp at 58, riding Destiny of Her Own. Standby 59, William Chugg, Beldiva Posh. 60 David Andrews Hot Piece, 61 Ash Sheehan's Legacy, and 62 Wyatt Young's Metallic Storm.
Outside we watch Bryony Puddicombe riding Destiny of Her Own, owned by Peter Shakespeare. Bryony hails from the Nebo area. This is a 11-year-old mare by Acres Destiny out of Spins Miss Kitty.
Score for Bryony, cut out 22.5, horsework 62, course 4 for a total of 88.5. 88.5 for Bryony Puddicombe and Destiny of Her Own. 59 on camp, William Chugg riding Beldiva Posh. Standing by 60 David Andrews, 61 Ash Sheehan, 62 Wyatt Young.
That's really unfortunate for William, who gets a no score. That beautiful open mare is owned by Jackson Ball and was the winner of the KPH cutouts. That's unfortunately there for William.
And we tidy up the camp and continue on with competitor number 60, David Andrews and Hot Piece. Standing by then 61, Ash Sheehan, Sheehan's Legacy, 62, Wyatt Young's Metallic Storm, 63, David Reeder's Coolum Recon, 64, Luke Hardwick, The Braze Dolly, 65, Tanya Rand and Kite, 66, Brendan Warren's Ava, 67, Toby White's Basalt, 68, Fiona Holtz's Cass, 69 will be Archie Bolton and Redeem. He'll be our final competitor in this particular event.
This is outside. We watch David Andrews riding Hot Piece. This is an open horse by Hot as Hell out of Illawong Little Piece. David hails from the Aberdeen area, that is out in New South Wales. It's his own nomination. So as we head through the last 9 or so competitors in this Terry Snow Memorial Restricted Open, we will see that presentation happen immediately after the completion of this round. Then we'll go on to the junior, the juvenile, and we'll have something a little bit different with that jousting show this afternoon. And then we'll have that open and the team's draft, which we still have nominations open for, by the way.
And we have a score for David Andrews and Hot Piece, a cutout 22, horsework 62.5, course 4 for a total of 88.5. 88.5. We now watch competitor 61, Ash Sheehan and Sheehan's Legacy. Wyatt Young, you'll be on camp next at 62 with Metallic Storm. Got anything on this one? Anyway, it's already done a big round, so we'll just give this score. And we have a score for Ash Sheehan and Sheehan's Legacy, cut out 19.5. Horsework 64, course 4 for a total of 87.5. That's an 87.5 run for Ash Sheehan and Sheehan's Legacy. 62 on camp, Wyatt Young, Metallic Storm, stand by 63, David Reader.
Outside for Wyatt Young riding Metallic Storm. This horse is owned by the Metallic Storm Syndicate from Tamworth. He's an 11-year-old stallion and he's had over $100,000 in earnings.
23 for cutout there for Wyatt Young and Metallic Storm. Currently on camp is competitor 63, David Reader, and Coolum Recon. Standing by 64, Luke Hardwick, The Braze Dolly, 65, Tanya Rand, riding Kite, 66, Brendan Warren's Ava, and 67, Toby White's Basalt.
Outside for David Reader riding Coolum Recon. David's from the Baramba area. He's actually one of our judges last year. David, this is a beautiful black open stallion by Conman out of Coolum Dream, which is Codman Dream, which is an Adios Reflect mare.
And we have a cutout of 22 for David Reader and Coolum Recon. 64 will be our next competitor, Luke Hardwick and The Braze Dolly. Stand by 65, Tanya Rand, 66, Brendan Warren, 67, Toby White, 68, Fiona Holt, 69, Archie Bolton.
Outside for Hawthorn competitor Luke Hardwick riding The Braze Dolly. As we head towards the end of this draft, I'd like to remind you that tonight is live entertainment night. Big lineup of wonderful entertainment. At 6 p.m. will be local artist Chris McGrath. Tonight will be 6 p.m. Christy Lamb. Chris was last night. 8 p.m. tonight will be Robbie Mortimer. He closes the night with his signature country rock and electrifying energy.
And we'll have a score shortly for competitors 64, Luke Hardwick and The Braze Dolly. Cut out 22, Horsework 55, Course 3 for a total of 80 points. 65 is next, Tanya Rand and Kite, otherwise known as High as a Kite. And then we'll have 66, Brendan Warren's Ava, 67, Toby White's Basalt, 68, Fiona Holz's Cass, 69, Archie Bolton's Redeem will be our final competitor.
Outside for Tanya Rand riding Kite. This is her own nomination. She's from Kilmeny. Now Tanya says this is a 13-year-old gelding by Smarty's High Card, and he has had lots and lots of junior and juvenile and ladies wins. What a great little horse out there competing in this Terry Snow Memorial Restricted Open Draft. We will be doing that presentation straight after and going on to watch the junior and juvenile and that open this afternoon. Outside for Brendan Warren riding Ava. This is Nat Warren's nomination from Enembo. And this horse is by Binia Impressive Destiny out of Glendine Eclipse. So don't forget the bus tours today from 11 till 2 p.m. Lots and lots of things happening on the grounds at the beautiful Willinga Park today. Don't forget to go over and visit those trade sites and go and get yourself a coffee or some food over in the food vans over there in the trade stall area.
Score for Brendan Warren and Ava, cutout 21, horsework 63.5, course 4, for a total of 88.5, 88.5 for Brendan Warren and Ava. Next competitor, 67, Toby White's Basalt, standby, 68, Fiona Hall's Cass.
Outside for Toby White riding Basalt. This is Little Horses owned by Catherine Hengsberger. Toby comes from the Carlisle River area.
And that's a cutout of 22.5. 22.5 for Toby White and Basalt. 68 on camp, Fiona Holtz and Cass. Standby Archie Bolton. Score for Fiona Holtz and Cass, cut out 21.5. Just a correction, we have a correction. That was a 21 for Fiona Holtz and Cass, competitor number 68. And this is our final competitor, number 69, Archie Bolton and Redeem. And he's out on course. Competitor 69, Archie Bolton and Redeem. This is our final competitor. And it's official. Score for Archie Bolton and Redeem, cut out 21.5, horsework 62.5, course 4, for a total of 88 points. And that was our final competitor, so we will get the results to you. We'll do our official results very, very shortly and give you the place getters and the winner of the Terry Snow Memorial Restricted Open Camp Draft. Okay, we have the official results. First place in the Terry Snow Memorial Restricted Open Camp Draft goes to Robert Leach and Hazelwood Congressman with a total score of 91. He was our first competitor out. So, second place goes to Tim Hollis and Dharma Acres of Vegas with a 90. Third place goes to Luke Bennett and Malunga's Moonbeam with an 89.5. Fourth and fifth goes to Matthew Moffat, Miss Peptolina and Charles Taps Who's Divine with a total score of 89. Sixth to ninth place is David Andrews' Hot Piece, Matt Holz's Hazelwood Country Blues, Bryony Puttycomb's Destiny of Her Own and Brendan Warren's Ava, all on a score of 88.5. So very big congratulations there to Robert Leach and Hazelwood Congressman, the winner of this draft, and all of the place getters. We would love to have you in Centre Arena as soon as we possibly can so we can do the presentations, and then we'll continue on with the junior camp draft. Okay, we'll get underway with our presentation. So as I said, once again, we're honoured to have Jeanette here. Jeanette Snow is going to do the presentation. Okay, and our first place getter is Robert Leach and Hazelwood Congressman with a score of 91. There's quite a few things to hand over here. There's this absolutely beautiful bronze trophy, thanks Jay Hall. And this is a take-home trophy. It's not a perpetual, so this is Robert's to take home and place it on his... you can't put things on televisions these days. They're a bit narrow, but he can put it somewhere in the house, somewhere special. Second place goes to Tim Hollis and Dharma Acres of Vegas. So also presenting is Shane Corbold and Cameron Jones, our judges. Third place goes to Evan and Kim Acton's Malunga's Moonbeam, written here today, of course, by Luke Bennett. Tying fourth and fifth is Matthew Moffat's Miss Peptolina and Charles Tapp, Who's Divine. The winner will also receive the saddlecloth by Harles. Once again, very big thank you to Harles for donating a saddlecloth for each of the winners. And of course, tying 6th to 9th is David Andrews' Hot Piece, Matt Holz's Hazelwood Country Blues, Bryony Puttycomb's Destiny of Her Own, and Brendan Warren's Ava. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hands together for our winner, Mr. Rob Leach and Hazelwood Congressman. And our place getters, Tim Hollis, Dharma Acres of Vegas, Luke Bennett's Malunga's Moonbeam, Matthew Moffat's Miss Peptolina, Charles Taps, Who's Divine, David Andrews, Hot Peas, Matt Holz's Hazelwood Country Blues, and Bryony Puttycomb's Destiny of Her Own, and Brendan Warren's Ava. These are your winner and place getters of the Terry Snow Memorial Restricted Open Camp Draft. Just do a quick drag of the arena, and we will continue on with the junior camp draft. Then we'll have the the juvenile camp draft. I believe our judge for the juniors is Mr. Wyatt Young.